Christmas work going on. Brilliant. And it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? It's sometimes like when it over like Christmas and things like that, everything just completely loses, we don't even know what day it is come Christmas and New Year. Like, is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? Is it Thursday? So logged everything. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Because one of the things I did say in the induction the other day, someone was saying, "Oh, I don't want to log." I was like, you know exactly how much is in your bank. Your body is your bank, and that's how we kind of need to see it now. Is let's refocus, let's shift mindset. So that's absolutely brilliant. The fact that you log it in is brilliant because that can be one of the hardest things to actually do as well. So that's absolutely fantastic. Weight loss is going round, which is absolutely fantastic. So absolutely loving that. So definitely get that in your check-ins this week and definitely see them as all wins because that's absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna just double check. I don't know if I actually get like a notification if anyone does try and show up. So I will just hit back ever so slightly, just have a little look. So today really was more about finding out what you've kind of achieved last week. This week, we're going to look at mindset and how we can change it this week. And obviously, every single week, we want it to be some kind of progression so that you're always feeling that you're learning something and you're gaining some kind of knowledge, but something that's going to fundamentally help you on your journey with us. And I think coming to the sessions is the easier part. The nutrition is probably a little bit more tricky, but mindset, we also feel that it's something that we can't necessarily control. So I want to completely transform and change your mindset, how you think and how you feel. And there has been days where people will say to me, like, are you actually that positive all the time? Absolutely not. I'm only human. I do have my moments, but I have managed to get like a really, really strong focus mindset. And that's obviously something that I want to kind of show to you, something that I want you to ultimately work with. I think so a couple of years ago, I did something that was called the Mind Mastery. And when I was actually going to use that today for our live, but it goes to a lot more into detail. And I do think it's something that I would like to share with you all at a later stage. But I'm going to almost like tip around it just to give you that little bit more of information and something that you can ultimately work on. So one of them is, again, is the elephant and that analogy. So that within that elephant and that well, I said a word now. It's basically your mindset. So imagine elephants, once they're fully grown, they can rip down trees, they can rip down forests. They're like one of the most strongest animals you can ever see. But then you can also see them being caged in a circus, and how that kind of happened and how they managed to get this massive strong animal to be caged is, imagine, like, if it was to break free, it definitely could at a full grown age. But if you get something that's so tiny, so small, and cage it up, and it tries to break out and it doesn't, it tries to break out and it doesn't, and then it goes around in this big vicious circle that it tries to break out so many times that it just gives up because it's tried so many times, it's going to give up. So it doesn't actually realize that now it's like 10 times bigger or 10 times more powerful, 10 more times stronger. It just sees itself as that small little elephant that can't break free. And that's how our mindset is kind of run, really, because if you are put into limitations, you always see the limitations, you always see the knockbacks, the fails that you've attempted, the attempts that you've done that you failed at. So every time we try to do something and push that a little bit more forward, we always have that in the back of our mind. We have the elephant analogy that we can't break free, we can't do this, we can't do that. And again, once you have that in your mindset, it's such a really hard thing to break out of. So the fact that now that you know that and you can see that, I really want you to change that and to work with that and completely, transform your mindset. And we're going to be doing this week to week. And it's so easy for us to do it inside the studio. It's so easy for us to tell you can do it because you can. But once you leave that studio, and obviously you've got the WhatsApp groups, which is amazing and uplifting, but I want you to be able to change that mindset for you. Because what I always find is you are a project, you are a product, that's it. You are a product of your environment, and if you're around positive things, positive happens. But if you're around negative people and you know, it's a really, really tough place to kind of be. If people are telling you can't do something and you can't do this, you can't do that, or there's always another day, there's always this, there's always that. And if you start to believe that, you will then just run the course of the elephant. You'll just keep running the course, doing the same things. So what we need to do is change that mindset and go, no, like I'm made for more. I'm made for more. I am the grown elephant that's going to knock down trees to get what I want. And that's definitely something that I've worked with. I never thought that I would have that big positive mindset. I was definitely that caged um, elephant one time over. I mean, just a quick message in the group. I mean, can any of you like, do you know what I mean by the elephant? It's like being your mindset. Can you all, has there ever been a time where you feel that you've been that kind of elephant, almost like being small, like, you know, getting stuck into almost a rut rate basically with the mindset? Want to just let me know in the little group in the little chat? Just see anyone else going on. Just waiting for some messages. I was just can't. Well, I just definitely get that chat booming. Okay, ladies. Um. So yeah, absolutely. It's just we are so programmed into, you know, being scared of breaking free or trusting yourself and having that strong mindset. So like another thing is you get what you tolerate as well. So sometimes I hear going, oh, well, that's just me. I'm just used to it. That kind of tends to happen. So what we do is we're preempting the outcome. We're justifying the outcome. We're now saying that it's absolutely okay because we expect it, we tolerate it. And there's a song that actually goes, if you tolerate it, so will your kids. I don't know if you've heard it. It's a really, really actually good song. But yeah, like say, like self-doubt can be crippling at times, 100%, 100%. Yeah. You know, there is a reason why people say fake it until you make it, because if you tell your heart something and you're acting it, you become much more confident and you build that mindset in it, you become more focused, you become more driven, 100%. So it's kind of having that mindset shift, and we all can do it even in times when you don't think that you can. But it is definitely like you get what you tolerate. So if like you go, oh, I'm just going to give up again, I'll wait till next week, I wait for this, I'll do that. That's you allowing yourself to be accepting of a negative mindset, and we can completely shift that. You know, it's so easy. For example, what I always say to a lot of people as well, you have to change how you speak to yourself. You know, the way you speak to yourself isn't the way that you would speak to others. Like, for example, oh, I've got to go to work today, or I've got to take the kids today, kids to school. How many people would love the opportunity to take their children to school? How many people would love to be able to have a job? You know, someone who doesn't have a job, how much would they would absolutely love to have that? So it's you have to change how you speak to yourself, and that will completely change your mindset. Your heart and your head are aligned. And if they're not aligned, your self will know that. If you're saying that in your heart, you know, if you're saying something to yourself, your heart will listen to it, you know. I've actually got this. This is in my bathroom. So I have this in my bathroom, and it literally says the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe the impossible. I see that every single day when I go into the bathroom, and I completely live by that. So everything that I'm saying to you guys is something that I truly believe and live by. Um, and it's completely transforming that mindset, and you can do it. It's just changing them things, going, oh great, I get to go to work today. There's loads of people that could be in hospital, could be really struggling right now, or there could be people who are out of work that really want to work. There could be people who want to have children that can't take the children. It's so easy to see things that we take for granted as a negative. So what we need to do is change that mindset shift, and really see a positive outlook of it. I mean, I remember like when we went to like a cafe or something, and there was no tables available, and they said to us, there's no tables. Like, I'm like, oh, it's fine. I said, I've got a picnic blanket in the car, can we get it out? And he was like, yeah, if you want to sit out in the grass. It was brilliant. We had the best time. So sometimes it's that mindset of getting out of that box. And it's so easy that if you were so, and we've all been there, so programmed to just go straight down and do as we are told, you know, we will just follow that path. But what we need to do is break free of that. Is completely break free. Be that elephant that breaks them chains and say, absolutely no more. Okay. And it could be the fact that you might have to break away from people who are a negative impact on your life. It could be the negative thoughts that you think to yourself. There could be an absolute massive minefield of negativity and where it's kind of coming from. But what we need to do is figure out where it is coming from, even if it is self-doubt. It's kind of, let's write it down. Let's say something positive about ourselves. If it's something you're going to self-doubt about, change that self-doubt. I know it's difficult. It will be difficult at first, but instead of thinking that word, say something, say the opposite word, bring that word to life. Because, like, one thing I've put here is literally remember who the fuck you are. Right? We would never swear in session. You will never hear me swear again apart from this. Like, remember who the fuck you are. Look back at you when you was like, I don't know, like a strong moment. Would you ever, if you was like with your children or a family member and they were saying, oh, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling like that, would you be like, remember who the fuck you are, get up and smash it because you deserve it. You can absolutely smash through absolutely everything, be completely, absolutely laser focused. And you can do that if you believe in that. If you absolutely be completely laser focused, you can do that. And again, it's just having that was literally from, so in my work diary, that was my quote of the day, was remember who the fuck you are. Because it's so easy to get caught up in, like Mandy said before, it could be self-doubt, it could be anything like nutrition, work, family, absolutely anything that kind of changes that mindset. You just got to switch it and go, actually, no, I deserve more. I'm not tolerating this. I deserve better. And you can change that. And again, and a little bit, me and Adam are in the process of doing like a bit of a course, and I said to Adam the other day, I'll wait for you. And Adam was procrastinating, doing his own thing. And I just went, do you know what? I'm not waiting for you anymore. I'm doing it. I completed the unit. Next minute, Adam sat next to me doing it. So it just goes to show sometimes that if you crack on with something, you're then going to be seen as, okay, like they're like in lead here. So it was absolutely great. So me going, actually, Adam, you know what? Crack on, I'm going to do this. That's then helped him kind of step up to the plate a little bit and get this qualification done with me. So it's great because like it gives you that overconfidence. So not only do you kind of change your mindset, change the way that you think, the way that you feel, but you can really help support other people as well behind you, around you as well. To completely change that mindset. So I want that to be your quote for the week. Remember who the fuck you are, because you would not, like, when you was at your strongest or your mindset strongest, you would not tolerate this. You would not allow this. Remember what you would say back then. What would you say to yourself? What would you say if it was a family member or one of your children or someone was saying what you say about you? And so your daily quote. Exactly. Say, not saying, change that, because you can actually change that. And again, one of the biggest things that you can do about changing the way that you feel, and I've said this in the inductions, I'm not sure if anyone's been to an induction recently, but again, if you change your physiology, like if we was on this call, like this call Zoom now, and I was talking to you like really quite down, quite a negative, quite that, the way that I was speaking, you wouldn't have that air of confidence in me. You wouldn't, why would you trust me? So again, the best way to change how you feel is to completely change your physiology as well. So what we did around summertime, we had this massive pool, because we would just sit in the office from 9 o'clock till about 3 o'clock, no, about 4 or 5 o'clock, go to the studio, then come in at 9 o'clock, and it was just a big vicious circle of work. So what we actually did was, like, we had a massive pool in the garden. So what we actually did was around 3 o'clock, we kind of realized that we was having this slump. So around 3 o'clock, we would literally just get up, regardless of how low and how down we were feeling. We'd go jump in the pool. Obviously, that's not ideal for everyone. They can just go during a work day to go jump in a pool, and we definitely do not have a pool right now. Oh, someone's just waiting room. Perfect. Yeah, so it does tell me when people come to the waiting rooms. That's great. I weren't sure if that was going to happen. Again, so it's knowing what kind of changes that you can make as well. So I remember like during lockdown and stuff, our Brendan was going through GCSEs at the time, and he was like, oh mum, I feel really down, I feel really depressed, I feel really sad. And I'm not surprised, mate. You're telling me you are, you look like you are, and the way that you're breathing is also telling you that you are. So that's why so one thing that we can do to completely change and transform how we are feeling is, believe it or not, is the power pose. Again, there's reason behind that, there's reason behind, we haven't made the power pose up. It's, that's why Wonder Woman stands like that. That's why, we did the power pose because that's technically the AK stance because it's the way to train safe, but it just ended up being the power pose. So again, it's just making sure that if you are feeling a little bit low, a little bit down, we are in control of changing our physiology. There might be a few other things that we can't do, but one thing we can do is change how we are stood. So if you are feeling a little bit low, get up, do the power pose. Your testosterone level is going to increase, your cortisol level is going to decrease, you're 33% more likely to take risks. And all you have to do is literally stand like this. Literally stand like this. Again, and it's just giving you that massive air of confidence. It's just giving you that, it's making you feel better. It's making you feel much more, shifting that mindset, which is absolutely phenomenal. And the fact that you can do that just by standing a certain way is absolutely brilliant. Okay. So we need to be more aware of our mindset, and we can all shift it. We can all absolutely shift it. And I think it's so hard when you've been, going back to the elephant analogy, it's so hard when you've been caged for such a long time to break out of that. But I promise that you can, because I have. I have. I remember being called fat and ugly. No one would ever want you because of your stretch marks, blah, 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 blah. And why wouldn't I believe that? Because that's what I was told for such a long time, such a long time. Um, but again, I've been really, really lucky to be able to surround myself with obviously people that have been positive and happy and helping, therefore help my mindset shift. But I also am aware that we don't all have that support unit around us. But what we can do is completely change that. Them days where you're like, oh, I really feel like I feel really sluggish today. Actually, I'm going to go out for a walk. And it's just changing them shift patterns. It's just changing, and we all can do it. So, for example, what I want you to do this week is, what I want you to do is, with wherever you've put your goal settings, or if you've not done your goal settings yet, make sure that you do. And then this on the following page is mindset shift. What I want you to do is be aware of when you've had a negative thought, and then I want you to swap and change it. So, for example, if you feel like you want to share it, please do. We are not going to be judgmental. We've probably all been there ourselves. So I felt like this today, but instead I changed it to this. Okay, it could be a thought, it could be an action, it could be, like I say, I've done it before. I've changed my mindset, or I've gone jumped in the pool, I've gone out for a walk, I've completely transformed my mindset. But again, in order for you to really, really acknowledge how to do it, you have to actually physically do it. So for this week, if you've already done your goal settings, if not, get that done first. This week, what I want you to do is make a journal or whatever just for this week, and just say, right, I felt like this week. This is what I did to change it. And then what we can do is see if there's a pattern, if there's a pattern of it keep repeating. And if there is a pattern of repetitive, I can't say the word, if it keeps repeating, we know then that we can actually change that. We can absolutely change that. But because we've got it all wrote down, it's a good way to log everything. It's a good way to see how we are, how we're feeling, and where our thought process is. And it's a great way to see how much your mindset has changed. Because now you might be a little bit more negative, a bit more down, but then in 6 weeks' time, you might be like, wow, I would never speak to myself like that. My mindset's completely changed from that. So what gets managed gets measured. What gets measured gets managed. So definitely write down any of your negative thoughts and how you've changed them. And that's going to make a massive, massive impact going forward, because you might not even realize that you do it. You might not even realize because it's become habitual. But I think it's either 47 or 48% of what we do is a habit. So you might not even realize that you do it. So writing it down is going to completely help change that mindset. Be that elephant, be completely laser focused. If someone tells you that you can't do something, you absolutely can. They just don't have the belief in themselves, but you can absolutely do it. Remember, the only way to achieve the impossible is to believe the impossible. And I completely, truly believe that. The amount of times that, I shouldn't even be alive right now, I don't think, from what the doctors thought, and I'm absolutely fine. I'm fine. I've got children. I've jumped off cliffs. But again, it's just having that mindset of being, yeah, I'm not telling you to jump off cliffs. Please don't do that. That's not what this is about. Please don't. Please don't. But again, it's because I was really, really lucky because I was taught no differently. Like I didn't know there was anything wrong with me. My nan was like, she's fine. She's fine. So I actually didn't know. And sometimes not knowing can actually it's a great mindset, isn't it? Like not knowing, so you just continue. So we almost have to put that into our brain, into our mind, that actually I deserve this. What's the quote? Like, remember who the fuck you are. Get up every single day, smash them goals, let everyone else realize who you are, and then people will kind of start looking at you going, do you know what? She smashed it. And you deserve to feel amazing. And you all can completely change that mindset. And again, if you need to do the big power pose, let's shift their mindsets. And that will really, really make a massive, massive, dent into that mindset shift. It's so difficult because mindset is a massive thing, and I've done a lot of research into it. I know how the brain works, I know how it works with your body and things like that. And it's so difficult to put it into such a small 15-minute kind of little bit of a chat. But I really hope that that's really helped you with the elephant analogy. You can actually finally break the chains. And please, please, every little bit that I've wrote down, everything I've said, please write down and utilize it this week. I really want you to use it every single week. I'll write it out, put it in the group. And again, please, please, please reach out to me personally, and let me know how you've got on. If you feel confident enough to put it in the group, please, please do. Please, please do. If not, please let me know, because I would love to hear that it's helped you. I would absolutely love to hear that it's helped. So remember this week's homework. If you've not already done your goal settings, do that first. Then we're going to move over to negative thoughts and how you've changed them and put a positive spin on it, and how that's impacted that situation, which is, honestly, it's amazing. I remember going for a smear test, and I went in and there was like, I'm really sorry, but you can't have your smear test, blah, blah, blah. And it was a really awkward situation because obviously going for a smear test is not a great thing. Obviously, she said it's happened lots of times. She ended up getting shouted at. So my mindset was, right, okay, so I can't have the smear test. What I can do is ask if they can have a look at my cervix and see if it looks healthy, because in the past I've had 3 layers of my cervix removed for pre-cancerous cells. I've never had cancer, it's just pre-cancerous. So for me, I'm like, I cannot wait. Like, I'm here. Can you just do something? So I literally thought outside of the box and changed that negative into a positive. So that's basically it. And I want you to kind of keep me updated on that. Moving on to the next stage. Before we do, does anyone have any questions about the positive mindset kind of things? Anything that I've kind of gone over that they don't understand that they want me to kind of go back over again? You want to just let me know in the chat, that would be absolutely great. If not, we can kind of move on. It's just only a few of us, ladies. Anyone got any questions? Nope. 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 Perfect. No worries. Right, so moving on. The next bit is literally a Q&A. So the Q&A is literally to cover absolutely anything from the sessions, mindset, motivation, nutrition, and the app, absolutely anything on the full 6-week transformation program. Again, and it's really, really good way for you to ask as many questions as possible, because people who watch this back live might be a question that they've thought of but didn't want to ask the question, or it could be something go, oh, I didn't even think of that. That's a great question. So if you've got any questions, we've got another good 5 minutes to go through any questions, really. If anyone has any. Are we all happy? I can't really see anyone. Can't really see anyone on here. I don't know how to. I do that? Oh, do I do that? Yep. Has anyone got any questions? We absolutely okay with everything so far. Oh, you typing. You typing. We're just waiting for a message to come through now. Excited. Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to like knees and stuff like that, obviously I'm the knee queen. Um, knee queen, definitely. What I would suggest is obviously get away with any like twisting. Obviously in sessions, make sure you let the instructor know. So there are a couple of exercises that you can do with your knee that will really help. Is when I was going through my ACL recovery, so I've still got no ACL. Apparently, I like to tell people that. So I've got no ACL. I've snapped it off numerous of times. So a really good way that I've managed to strengthen the muscles around it is by having, the big exercise balls behind my back and then lifting the knee, because then obviously it moves where the weight shifts, which will shift more into the front of the knee, but then you've got the support from the back as well. So imagine being like these your feet, lift the one heel up, squat down, and what that will do is then start building and the muscle around. I'm actually going to order some tape. 10 minutes. Oh, we've got longer actually. I'm actually going to go and order some knee tape. I've never tried it before, but Martin swears by it, so it's definitely something I'm going to go and get. So yes, give them a go. I would always kind of say definitely use some banded exercises, which are always great. So like kind of get into a squat, side squats, really good. It's really going to build the muscle around it. What I always say to people is if you do have like knee problems and things like that, do not stay clear of it, because the only way to fix it and make it better is by working the muscles around it to protect it. I wouldn't necessarily, from my own experience, I wouldn't necessarily wear a knee brace, because I did used to wear a knee sleeve. Um, all the time. So I wouldn't recommend that, because what happened was my knee, sorry, not my knee, my muscles started deteriorating. So I would definitely stay clear from wearing a knee sleeve all of the time. If you did want to wear it while exercising, that's absolutely fine. That'll definitely help with the stability. But yes, don't do what I did and wear it all the time. I missed last week because of it. I was back in this morning, and yeah, that's it. Sometimes it might flare up. I find that my knee might swell a little bit, but I just, again, everyone's different. I'll just kind of go and just do like a different body part, but I'll just keep myself moving. Sometimes I don't know if you obviously knee swells or not. Definitely ice it up, lift it, elevate it. Elevation's always great, as well. On the app, can you duplicate meals from one day to the next? I know that's really frustrating. It is something that we have asked. It's not something that they've done just yet, but I will ask the duplication. But what I have done is I've just had like, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass, but until the developers get on with it, there is a way where I just like copy and paste like my usual. So I know what I'm having. I'll put it into notes, copy and paste it over, copy and paste it over. At least I know that it's always going to be the same, and I'm not having to type it in time and time again. It's literally just in my notes, copy and paste. I will have a meals. They were meant to have like an update on it over Christmas, so I'll actually book in a bit of a meeting with them just to see what's new and if it is something that they can do. But yeah, I will definitely find that out for you. The last time I had that a chat with them, it wasn't something that they did do. But yeah, I'll definitely look into it. Any more questions about anything nutrition? No. Can we also see the weight chart as you guys? Yes, you actually can. But going, yes, there is a way you can see a chart, I think. Um, Wrong phone. I'm looking going, I know it's the right phone, it's the right phone. I'm like a drug dealer, you know. Um, I've not actually logged my way into here, but I'm pretty sure there is a chart that you can see where you put your metrics. Leave that with me. I'll make sure that I put all these into the chat. I'm pretty sure there is. Members check-in, progress. I've not got any of my progress in there. Sorry guys. God. Mm, I'm pretty sure that you can. But going forward as well, which is absolutely great, um, on our new check-ins, have you all checked in this week? Have you all checked in? Can you all just give me a little high five in the messages to let me know you've checked in? Or if not, do a little sad fit, like a little I'm hiding emoji, because we actually do know. So let us know in the chat. Just because what we're going to do now as well in the check-ins is there is going to be a chart as well for your weight loss, but I'm pretty sure there is one in the app, but I will double check. Check in, ladies. It's like I said, this is your bank. This is your bank. What gets measured gets managed. And even if you have a good day, if you had a bad day, whatever, that's what we're here for. We're here to help and support you, motivate you. And like I said, it takes two to tango. We will meet you halfway. We can't physically get your hand and check in. If I could, I would, trust me. But come on, it doesn't take long at all. I know it can be a little bit frustrating, but we want to help you. We want come on, check in. And there is going to be again, we've had a bit of like meetings and stuff like that as well. In the past, we used to do two check-ins. So it used to be a Monday and Thursday. We had a bit of a chat with everyone. Um, and everyone just said they preferred to have a check-in on a Thursday just because it gave them that nice clean run. So people who haven't checked in, we are going to be sending out a feedback form asking why and what we can, if there's anything that we can do differently to make it so you do check in as well. So we do have lots of plans in place to make sure that you are checking in and getting the most out of the program because we want to support you, want to help you, want to give you ultimate success basically. So please, please, please check in. Check-in is Thursday. If people are checking in Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it won't be looked at just because the check-in day is Thursday. Otherwise, we'd end up doing check-ins Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever everyone decided to kind of check in. Yes, I see you guys. I see you. Just check in, like I say. Let's just put that positive mindset. You're like, oh, again, that's another one where this is a mindset shift. This is what I want to be in your shift homework. Oh, I can't be asked checking in today. Actually, I'm going to check in today because it's up to me that is I'm going to look after my own happiness. I'm going to check in today. That's what I want to be on your list of negatives to positives. Oh my God, I actually have wrote on my notes that I actually something I didn't say is and I just a negative to a positive. What is that like a who sings that? Is that Mr. Worldwide? What's he called? What's he called? You know who I mean. What's he called? Come on, guys, let me out. Let me know. I'll put it in the group chat. What's he called? He's got a bald head. You know who he is. Call him Mr. Worldwide. You know his name. You know his name. I'll come back to it. But anyway, like, has anyone commented on it? Pitbull, that's it. Pitbull, yeah, that's a song lyric. That is actually a song lyric. So that could be a song for the week. Another one is I've just a few got so Storm, I've actually got it in my notes, is sometimes I'll listen to Stormzy in like the office sometimes. You'll never believe how much, if you listen to Stormzy's like lyrics are crazy. It's like you don't look at a problem, look through it. It's literally like that. Or the once you give up, you're dying. It's literally exactly the same. If you listen to some of Stormzy's lyrics, it's like, oh yeah, and it's all about, and I think we watched a bit of a documentary on him, and it's literally because he ended up doing a lot of, is it called CBT, where it's mindset kind of stuff, and he's put that into songs. There we go, ladies. We need to listen to Stormzy more often. That's where we're going. That's where we're going with it. We're getting Stormzy on. But literally, I think it was like a Dynamo thing. You all know Dynamo, the magician thing, and he kind of like did like a trick on him, and then he kind of did a bit of an interview, and he basically said that he went through a lot of hardship and he's put everything that he's learned from his mindset into songs. So if you listen to the songs now, you're going to be like, now I get it, because he literally says don't look at a problem, look through it. The moment you're giving up, you're dying. Just give it a go. Is it classed as grime? I don't think Storm is classed as grime. I'm pretty sure he's not. Pretty sure he's not. But literally, yeah, honestly, you listen. I literally have it on in the office sometimes, and then like you can hear like the little. It's like oh my God, it's literally like a little positivity rap. Oh, no one even knows about it. Little positivity rap. If I could rap, I would have a couple of rap songs. If I could sing, we would do it. Can you imagine? But yeah, I won't put you through that. I was actually going to attempt to rap and then realize that it was recorded, so we cannot do that. It would not be a good look. I have a look back and I'd be like. I can't undo it. I can't undo it then. But yeah, again, it's bizarre, isn't it? Didn't even think about that. But yeah, that is this week's mindset shift. Have we got any more questions? We've got less than a minute. Are we all happy? Are you all ready? Are you all going to do your homework this week? Perfect, perfect. And like I say, if you do feel comfortable and confident enough to share it in the group, please do. If not, please send it to me personally because I would love to see what shifts, mindset shift you have made. And if you do feel confident, like I say, put it in the group, please do because you never know who that might help as well. But yeah, have you all enjoyed it? It's so difficult to put a mindset into like a short 15 minutes because it's an absolute literally it's a minefield. Your mind is a minefield. But please use the elephant analogy this week and swap them little things, negatives into a positive. It sounds so easily, but honestly, once you get to do it, find them patterns. And once we find them patterns, we can then